Before we get into it, I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? Kind of like being in quicksand. Either you found yourself and you need some help, or you haven't found yourself yet. I got you. We're going to help you get your happy life through your goals. I am Jen, your goal coach and the host of the Lost and Found podcast. We're going to discuss foundational work all the way to that big, bold goal of yours and how to break it down to achieve it, and everything in between. Now let's create your happy life. Let's get into this episode. Welcome to the Lost and Found podcast. I missed a week and it was so upsetting because I've been really good at kind of in this new endeavor, trying to get to every week. And I was really under the weather and I don't think anybody would want to listen to my voice. I was like really gross. So we are back. I was doing some research on a topic, working on creating a digital course for my business. And it's really, I haven't nailed down the name of it, but it's basically the Happy Life Goal Getters course. So it's how to achieve your happy life through your goals, dreams, and aspirations. And as you know, if you've been following me for a while now, whether on Instagram or if you have not, definitely listen to episode 1 where I kind of break it down and break down these 10 life pillars that my goal coaching program is based on. And I'm not going to get into them now. Definitely check out episode 1. While I was doing my research, I came across some kind of interesting things. Really never used ChatGPT, but I decided, let me type in some topics and see. I really was looking at an outline of how to create an online course, like an outline. And then it just spiraled. I went down the ChatGPT rabbit hole, like insane. I kind of asked ChatGPT 50 habits for achieving your goals with a smile. I don't know. I was just typing a bunch of different things, but I thought that it would be great to go through these 50 things with you guys and kind of validate them or talk about them. And if they are or not within my coaching program today, and would I add them to my coaching program in the future? And is ChatGPT just where it's at? I don't know. So let's get into it. Number 1, start your day with a smile. A positive mindset can set the tone for the entire day. Well, hell yeah. I love this. How I tell my clients to start their day off is wake up in the morning, do your thing. For me, wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth. Those are the things that I do. While I am washing my face and starting to get dressed, I'm really trying to do walking in the morning. So while I'm getting ready for my walk and I do that first thing, I say to myself or aloud, I love to do the aloud thing because I feel like it really brings it home. I say 3 things that I am grateful for in my life. It's different every day. I try not to do the same things. It could be very little. It could be very big. That puts a smile on your face, right? If you're going to start your day off with these are the 3 things that I'm grateful for, you automatically put a smile on your face. So yeah, I'm with ChatGPT on that. I am totally with it. Number 2, write down your goals. Hello, I'm a goal coach. Putting pen to paper makes more tangible and increases your commitment. Guys, I'm a goal coach. This is my thing. So yes, it totally does. And in the beginning parts of what my program is all about and what I'm going to put into my course, affirming and claiming what your goals are. My program is in 10 life pillars, what your goals are in those 10 life pillars. And you are going to write them down and you are going to put them out in the universe and you are going to claim them. So again, totally with ChatGPT here. Number 3, break big goals into small milestones. It's easier to conquer one step at a time. Yeah. Another way and another thing that I agree with ChatGPT on is yes, it's all about breaking them down. So how I like to do it is we get these big, bold goals, right? Sometimes they're not that bold. We basically break those down. And how I work my program is I take everything's in 90-day increments. Like it's what are we going to accomplish in these 90 days? So maybe it's taking that big bold goal, chunking it down to 90 days, and then further breaking it down and chipping away at it as your monthly minis, your weeklies, and I call it your do it dailies. So breaking those things down. And how are you aligning your routines and your habits with achieving the goals that you want to achieve? So it's like really chipping away at your goals every single day within your habits, routines, and then your daily to-dos. Number 4, embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Mistakes are stepping stones to success. Yes, totally true. I totally agree with that. And I love how they break that down because it really is true. It's like you need to learn from all your mistakes. One, so you don't do them again. And two, it's like there's always a life lesson. I feel like everything happens for a reason. And I know sometimes that phrase like gets to us, but it's really true. Things do happen for a reason. And you have a choice. You have a choice to learn from it, grow from it, move on and do better. Or your choice is to bitch about it and to be down on yourself and have it drag you down and spiral out of control. So total choice there. And I totally agree with ChatGPT. I really hope I don't say ChatGPT 100,000 times in this video, but okay. You guys are going to laugh at this because you know what my 3 things are that I say at the end of every podcast. It's in my outro, but this says celebrate small victories, recognize and reward yourself for every achievement, no matter how small. So you know that when I end every single podcast, I say 3 things: lead with gratitude, celebrate the small wins, and give yourself grace. That is like my motto. So I'm all about this. That is so, so true. You really do have to celebrate the small wins because you really need to keep it going. Like sometimes we're not going to get to that big bold goal really quickly. Sometimes we're going to stumble and fall. Sometimes we're not going to achieve even that mini goal. But if you can celebrate every single win, it like keeps you going. And I agree with the fact that you want to celebrate in a way like, how are you going to reward yourself? Like, what are you going to do? Say you want to lose 50 pounds and you get to 10, you lose 10 pounds. That is a big deal. Maybe go for a facial, go for a massage, take yourself out and have like, little treaty treat. But like, what can you do for you to celebrate your wins? You deserve it. You deserve to be celebrated by you. Yes, you deserve to be celebrated by others, but it's so important to be celebrated by yourself. Number 6, surround yourself with supportive people. Positive energy is contagious. Oh, I just talked about this in my last episode. I really talked about how actually the reverse of how when you surround yourself with negative people, it really can bring you down. How do you deal with being surrounded by negativity when they're people that you love, people that you respect, your friends, your family? You don't want to abandon people. I'm not about abandoning people because they're not your vibe. Like everybody needs help in their life, but how do you protect your own positivity, protect your happiness when you're in this, swirl of negativity? And I really think that there's something about surrounding yourself with people that are at the same frequency as you are, at the same energy level as you are, or above. You really are who you hang out with. You embody that, and you want to make sure that you're hanging out and surrounding yourself with people that give you high vibes, that like have this vibration of high energy, that have this like positive outlook on life, that have all these things that can only propel you instead of bringing you down. So it's so important to be hanging out with the right peeps. Number 7, again, we're going to laugh at this. Practice gratitude. Be thankful for what you have and on the progress that you make. Again, this goes back to lead with gratitude. So I did talk about how my morning routine is that I kind of say to myself or say aloud while I'm getting ready what I'm grateful for. Something that I love to do in the evening when I am journaling or even reflecting, if I don't have time to journal that day or reflecting on my day, I lay there and I say, what are the 3 things that happened today that I'm super grateful for? And I think that that's so important to do when you're having kind of a shitty day and not a great day, because there's always pockets of light. There's always pockets of things. Maybe it was 5 seconds, whatever it is, that is something to be thankful for, that you feel thankfulness around things that happened that day. So you could have a really bad day at work, but maybe, you were able to go into your toolbox and say, I'm having a really shitty day at work and people are getting to me. I'm going to go out and go for a walk. That's one of my tools in my toolbox, is when things are not going great and I'm not having a wonderful time. I do tend to exit the area and go on a little walk. And I want to be thankful for the fact that, one, I have done the work of self-development to know what tools I need to tap into when I'm having a bad day. So I'm super grateful for that. Super grateful for the fact that I can get up and go for a walk. I have the ability to go out and enjoy the sights around me. You see what I'm saying? That you can find the pockets in time. Even if you're having a really bad day, you can kind of go about your day and really find those happy things and those things to be grateful for. Gratefulness is so important. It's another thing that I love to say is you want to be grateful for the life you have today, for the life that you want in your future. You need to be thankful. You need to be grateful. That also something slid by me and it's like, you need to be grateful. You need to be thankful. And something just weirdly slid around. I don't know what the hell it was, but the universe agrees, whatever it was. Okay, let's get into the next one. So we are going to do number 8. Visualize success. Imagine yourself achieving your goals to manifest them into reality. Guys, I'm freaking out right now because you have to listen to episode 8, the power of vision boards, affirmations, and visualization. This is insane. I did not plan this way. I was sitting here going, what's going to be my next podcast? I don't have a guest this week. What am I going to do? And I was kind of like tootling around and I was like, oh my God, I did this thing. And I'm just like, it's all coming together. So visualizing your success and imagining achieving your goals to manifest them into reality. I talk all about vision boards and visualization and how to really combine affirmations with that. I am staring at right now, I am staring at a window, but in front of this window, I have like a piece of wood, the frame of the window, and I have my vision board here. And I have been working on manifestation prayer, and I would love to read this to you. And this is not my own. I can't remember whose it is. I can't remember whose it is, but it's somebody on Instagram. This is not my own. I will repeat that over and over again. It's not my own. Basically, what I do every day, and this is part of my morning routine, is, and you could listen to the podcast about vision boards, but I have a vision board service that I provide for anyone. And basically, I create your vision board PDF, like this whole thing. We have a 60-minute coaching session and I create that vision board. But a part of that is creating affirmations after the vision board is complete. So I stand in front of my vision board, Superwoman pose, and I stand there and I say out my affirmations with like conviction. I say my affirmations. Then I started to add this little prayer, and I'm going to read you this prayer again, not my own. I will put the link of whose this is down below. I cannot remember right now, but I call upon the powers of the universe. I call upon the spirit of the universe. I call upon the heart, mind, and soul of the universe. I call upon the powers of time. I call upon the powers of the stars. I call upon God and the spirit of all things. Then you say your affirmations, say your goals and desires. So then you say all those. Then you say, the balance of the prayer is, I thank the powers of the universe. I thank the spirit of the universe. I thank the heart, mind, and soul of the universe. I thank the powers of time. I thank the powers of the stars. I thank God and the spirit of all things. And so it is. So it is that you're coming. So you're getting it. you're manifesting it. So that is something that I just started. And I just started this because it says in the book that I'm reading to add the date. So 8/10/23, that is the date that I started. But I just feel like that's so powerful, and you can make that part of your routines. Routines are so important, guys. So incredibly important. Okay. Number 9, stay organized. A tidy space and a clear mind lead to increased positivity. Hell yes. If you are interested in my free ebook, just send me a note. I have now changed my Instagram handle to just be my name. So it is Jen Desiderato. That is my Instagram handle. And I know my last name is a mouthful, but it's JenDesiderato. And you can find me on Instagram. Just say that you want my free ebook. In this free ebook, I have 20 ways to basically remove your blocks. Listen, I'm not a person that I get dressed in the morning. My closet's in this room. It's like my office, my closet, my meditation area, all the things. But my closet is in this room. I get ready for work when I have to go into the office. I go to the office 2 days a week. I legit, there's clothes everywhere. Thanks. Then I run. Then I leave. I need to catch a ferry. I need to leave. I gots to go. I'm not great at it, but I try to do every day. I don't want to say her name. She's right here. To time myself for 20 minutes, and I call it the tidy 20. And I'm not cleaning like Clorox, blah, blah, whatever. I mean, I'm such a sucker for Clorox, but I'm not doing that. I am just tidying up. I'm just doing a tidy 20 minutes of tidying up. And I have to tell you, it just does make such a world of difference. So I do really believe that tidy space equals a clear mind. Number 10, create a routine. Consistency is key to forming successful habits. We just talked about this, creating routines. For me, how I like to create routines on achieving my goals is what are the routines that I need to do every day that are going to be aligned with my goals. So say that I want to build a website, making this up, say that that was one of my goals. I would put this as a part of my routines is to every day for 20 minutes, watch a tutorial on building your website or research a platform or whatever it is. And that's going to be part of my routine every day. I like 20 minutes, 2-4-6, so you can break up your hour, but I like 20 minutes watching a YouTube video, watching a tutorial, researching a platform, like researching things. Like I like these 20-minute increments because it's easy to stick to. It's not like an hour. It's like everybody can find 20 minutes here and there. Extremely important to build routines around the goals that you want to achieve. Okay. Number 11, learn from inspirational figures. Read books and watch interviews of those who have achieved what you aspire to do. This is not on my list, but I'm into it. I guess I shouldn't say that when I decided to go for walks every day. So I go for a walk between 35 minutes to an hour. I decided that that time of when I'm going to do my walk is my self-development time. So I listen to podcasts. I have a business coach and she has, does a course and she has modules. I listen to her modules. I listen to her calls. If I wasn't able to make them, I use that time as my self-development time. But I really love the interviews. Like I am into that. I'm going to say it again because I'm like, need to understand this. Learn from inspirational figures, read books, or watch interviews of those who have achieved what you aspire to. I am loving that. It's actually a required reading from my business coach, and I have it on the floor right here. It's a $100 million offer by Alex Hormozy. I didn't get through the whole thing, and it is a required reading. So bought the book, but I'm a huge Audible fan. If you guys have not tried listening to audiobooks, I'm going to put the link to Audible down below. You got to try it. Like it is life-changing. I also do that. Either I'm listening to a podcast, listening to a course from a business coach, or I'm listening to an audiobook on my walks, in the car, and during my commute to work. I am just loving this. Are you ready for 12? I have to tell you, I really just dived into this and was like, my thing was like, oh my God, I have to record a podcast. Like I'm behind. Oh my God, I'm so behind. And I didn't realize how freaking aligned this shit is to my world. Number 12, find a mentor. Seek guidance from somebody who's already walked the path you're in. Hello, mentor here. That was so annoying. I want to cut that out, but I'm going to leave it in because it's just funny because it's so annoying. But anyway, I myself have found a mentor, and I would not be a coach if I didn't strongly believe in coaching. I am not one that can build a business, and I know that. I know that I have an amazing offer. I know that I have a great idea. I know that I can extremely help people, especially women. I know that I can get them to have their happy life through their own eyes, through their own goals, dreams, and aspirations. And I firmly believe that you can't read a book about a happy life, because we are not carbon copies of each other. We are each individual person, and you need to create your happy life through your own eyes, through your own goals, dreams, and aspirations. It's just about how to do it and implementation. And that's what I coach. And I really believe in coaching, or else I wouldn't have hired my own business coach, because I do need help, accountability, and education to build a business. And that's what I did. So I do believe in, you do need to find a mentor to achieve your goals, to seek guidance. Most importantly, you want somebody to bounce ideas off of, to have a conversation with that gets where you're coming from. And most importantly, an accountability partner. We all can say that we want to achieve a goal, achieve a thing, but if we don't have somebody that's helping us with implementation and accountability, what's the point? And that is why you get a coach, and that is why you get a mentor. A little interruption from this episode. I wanted to share two things with you. One is, I just created a Facebook group called the Happy Life Goal Getters. This group, I'm going to do free training and build our community where we can learn and grow from each other, and I can help you achieve your happy life through your goals. I am so excited to do this. I cannot wait to see you in there. Below in the show notes, I'm going to have the link for the Facebook group, but you can also search Happy Life Goal Getters in the group section of Facebook, and it should pop up there. And the second thing is my 90-day transformation program. I am accepting 5 new clients for the summer and into the early fall. This 90-day transformation program is absolutely amazing. It includes one-on-one weekly training via Zoom, daily or weekly texts, depending on your needs, for accountability. I then create a vision board based on your goals, aspirations, and dreams, and that is the cover of your personalized 3-month planner. I cannot wait to meet with you and learn all about your goals and how I can help you achieve your happy life. Let's get back into the episode. Number 13, take breaks, recharge. Rest is not slacking, it's rejuvenation. Okay, I go back to what I said earlier. Give yourself grace. So it's one of my 3 things I say at the end of every podcast, at the sign of every email I write to you guys, is lead with gratitude, celebrate the small wins, and give yourself grace. We are so incredibly hard on ourselves, and we do really need to give ourselves grace and understand it's okay to take a break. It's okay to go for that walk. It's okay to take a mental health day. It is all okay. 14, embrace flexibility. Adaptability allows you to navigate obstacles with ease. I love this. When you're trying to achieve your goals, it is not this straight line of like you get from point A to point B. It is like a hill. It's ebbs and flows. It's ups and downs. It's, trials and tribulations. It's a whole thing. So you really do need to be one with change and be okay with change, because sometimes when you're on this path and you're trying to achieve something, maybe it doesn't work. That doesn't mean it's over. It just means you need to be adaptable. You need to change. You need to be flexible and figure out another way. The journey of achieving your goals, it's not, if it was a straight, easy path from point A to point B, I have to be honest, everybody be achieving their goals and living the high life. You know what I mean? It's really sticking with it and being flexible. Super, super important. Number 15, stay curious, be open to new ideas, and continuously seek knowledge. I like to make sure we all consume so much social media, we consume so much in our daily lives. We don't even realize how much. When I'm social media, I'm trying to be better at this. I'm trying to look for real ideas. How can I incorporate in my social media to build my business? And I'm trying to consume less on social media and consume more on maybe a YouTube video that's going to teach me something, my self-development books, my audio books, my podcasts that I listen to, those types of things. So I do really feel like it's important to have this kind of consumption where you stay curious and you're like seeking the knowledge to achieve what you want to achieve. Number 16, Network with like-minded individuals, connect with people who share your goals and passions. So I think this goes back to having a coach too. It's like-minded people, but networking is so important. So I actually just started a Facebook community, and I'm working on figuring out how I want to transfer those people into a platform where it's more community driven, more like-minded people. And Facebook can be a little distracting. But at any rate, this group that I created, small but mighty, but we are a group of women that have the same, that want to achieve their goals. So we're like-minded women and we're networking with each other. Each month, it's a new group, but each month I try to focus on one of my 10 life pillars. Last month, we focused on business, side hustle, and career goals. This month, focusing on health goals. Within that, I'm having somebody in the group. She sells a product that is supposed to help with your metabolism. So this is a group where we're networking. So I don't know much about the product, but I want to invite her onto a live so she can talk about her product because we're talking about the health goals. And whether you could decide to buy it or not, it's not about that. It's really just about getting her out there. She's never done a live before. She's super nervous. She's trying to build her business. And if she could be a guest on my group, ask questions and she can answer them, and it could just help her build her confidence, which is the whole part of the group. You want to network, be with like-minded individuals. So totally aligned with that as well. Number 17, prioritize self-care. Taking care of yourself ensures you have the energy to pursue your goals. Guys, self-care / self-love is one of my life pillars. It is so important to take care of yourself. My favorite way to take care of myself is, yes, okay, I love the bubble bath and the wine and the face mask, but I love to take myself out on a date. I love shopping. It's one of my favorite things in the world. So I love to go out shopping and go to a nice cafe or something like that, and just with me, and take myself out on a date. I think that's an amazing way to practice self-care and self-love, to be your own BFF. Number 18, embrace failure as learning is an opportunity. Mistakes are stepping stones to success. Okay, I really think ChatGPT. Did we already talk about that? Yep, ChatGPT. Repeated. Okay. I mean, this is live. We're going through the thing. So really not number 18, but whatever. Okay. The next one is try something new. Stepping out of your comfort zone expands the horizons. Yes, you want to try something new. I think creativity is such a great thing. Learning a new skill, whatever that is. For me, it was I had no idea how to edit videos. I had no idea how to edit this podcast. I mean, yes, I was trying to build my business and everything like that, but I was I really want to do a podcast, reach my audience in a different way, have great free content where they can learn how to achieve their goals, how to achieve their happy life. But then I was okay, I have no idea how to do that. I don't even know. Oh, I need a platform to speak out for this podcast, to go out to the peoples, to go out to, Spotify, to Apple Podcasts, or to Google, to Amazon, to all these things. How do I do that? YouTube's my best friend. But how do I do that? Oh my God, how do I edit? Oh my God, what other platforms do I use? I've learned how to do. I was a guest on my business coach's platform, and she was on Riverside. Riverside is where I'm recording this right now. And the video quality is not great because I am just right now only recording from my laptop camera and not an external, because I paid for I got this mic. I think that that's super important, but I didn't know where this would take me and how much money I wanted to spend on it. I don't even know when I'll even ever make money on this podcast, but it's just you learn these new things. And I felt so accomplished when I pressed publish to my first podcast. I was holy shit, I can't believe it. I did that. But it took me 5 freaking days to edit that podcast. And then I didn't have an intro. I didn't have an outro. And then I was I gotta have an intro. Anyway, accomplished is not even the word. Every time I do this podcast, my editing takes less. I'm better at speaking a little bit more. So I don't make that much more fumbles, as I'm fumbling right now and have to edit this out. But I'm not making so many fumbles where I have to edit it out. When I don't put an outline together, I sit here and I'm in front of the microphone, do 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 do, and I have to edit all that out as I'm trying to think my thoughts. Practice does make perfect. So yeah, I totally agree with learning something new it's feels amazing. Next one, which is fake number 20, because we realized that they've already duplicated one. Stay positive in setbacks. See setbacks as temporary detours, not roadblock. Totally agree. with that. So goes to what I was just saying about the goals not being from point A to point B, a straight line, kind of all over the place. And again, with need to be flexible, kind of feel like those go, hand in hand. Number 21, practice active listening. Truly hearing others fosters meaningful connections. I think sometimes we want to get our point across and we're not listening. I think I got really good at this years ago with work when I was kind of not new in my career, but newly a manager or newly reporting, and people reporting into me. And I felt like I had to be heard and I had to say my piece, and I wasn't actively listening to the people and just was like, oh, I have to say this. Oh, I have to say this. Oh, I have to say that. I kind of called back a little and was like, you listen to what's around you, you hear what people saying, and then you're speaking more thoughtfully, having a better connection with those people because you really are hearing what they say. This is a great tip. Keep a journal. Document your progress, thoughts, and ideas. I kind of document my ideas in so many different ways. My newest favorite way is I got a new Apple Watch about, I want to say end of June. And I got it really because I wanted to do my walking and like really monitor like every day my activity. You know how you can program the face to have like all the things that you want. So like I have the weather. I like to know when the sun rises and sun sets. And then I have like my activity rings and then my exercise and the time. And then on the bottom left-hand corner, I put voice memo. I use this thing all the time. When I'm on my walks and I'm doing my self-development, I have all these ideas that come to me. I have podcast ideas. I want to write a book later on in life. I have this idea for the book. So I keep putting things in there, and these things tend to come to me when I'm walking because I feel like I'm almost meditating as I'm walking. So I just kind of I have these downloads that come to me, even like when I'm at work and I'm like, oh my God, I have no bread. I literally go to my voice memo. Like I'm going to do it right now. I go to my voice memo. I press the memo thing, buy bread. And then every like day I sit here and I play them, and then I put them on my to-do list. I have a social media content hub on Notion, and I kind of put the content ideas there. I have a hub that I created on Notion for my LLC and my business, like any business ideas, any things like that, my book ideas in there. And then I open up that tile and I just type in all of my ideas that I put on my watch. So like that's a great tip if you have an Apple Watch. It's like amazing. It's life-changing for me. Notion is so life-changing for me too. I use Notion for everything. You can definitely send me a DM if you want a Notion tutorial. I have put one in my Facebook group, and that is actually going to be a part of my paid online course, is going to be like how I build these systems to repurpose content, blah, blah, blah. I'm going off on tangents, but I love keeping a journal, a daily journal of like life. I'm not great at it, but I try to be, but it's a great way to get things off your chest. Number 23, take calculated risks, weigh the potential rewards, and take a leap when it feels right. Yes and no. How I feel about this is yes and no. I do believe that you need to take calculated risks and you need to weigh the potential of the rewards and take a leap of faith. Me, I feel like it is if I feel aligned with it and it feels good to me, where I am feeling like all the things and I feel like it's the right thing to do. But I am a person that I firmly believe we have one life. And if we think it, maybe we should do it. That's kind of my new motto. And I'm not saying do everything all the time. And yes, I think you need to weigh the risks and really understand. Of course, if something's going to be like a buy-in of 20 grand, I don't think that that's the thing, but maybe it is a thing. Like you do want to weigh the risks in that sense. But I think when you are so methodical about things, sometimes you just need to jump in 2 feet at once when you feel 100% aligned. I don't mean all the time. I mean, if you feel that gut feeling where this feels like the right thing to do right now, it's the right thing to do right now. So I kind of sort of am there. Number 24, be adaptable, embrace change, and adjust your plans accordingly. I think this is another way from the beginning that they said this already. So I just think it's kind of a repeat. So I agree with that, but we talked about that already. Number 25, learn from setbacks, use challenges as opportunities and growth for improvement. That is a repeat. ChatGPT. It's a repeat. 26, practice self-reflection regularly. assessing your progress and make necessary adjustments. Self-reflection is so important. For those, most of you know this, I do talk about this a lot, and it's kind of why I became a goal coach. I went through a divorce, a really long, not wonderful separation. It was just long. It was long. It was a decade of not knowing where the hell I stood in my marriage. After everything, I've done a lot of self-reflecting on why I allowed that to happen to myself, why I let it go on for so long. And I really worked on myself because I self-reflected. I could have very well said, it's all his fault. It's not my fault. Trust me, a lot of shit was his fault. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that you always have a part in something, and we're all not perfect. So when things do happen, you do need to just self-reflect, be self-aware, and how can you change yourself a little bit to be better? Or just not even change yourself. How can you show up better next time? I think that's self-reflection is super important. I think self-reflection is how you grow. Number 27, surround yourself with inspiration. Fill your environment with motivational quotes, images, or artwork. I love this. If you listen to the Mind of George podcast, he's freaking phenomenal. Love him. And he talks about environmental design all the time. And I'm not there yet. And I will say, I told you before about the 3 things that I constantly say: lead with gratitude, celebrate the small wins, give yourself grace. In my brand colors, I kind of put those posts on my Instagram. I actually made those on Canva in 18 by 24. It's on my list to do this weekend. I need to frame them, and they're going to lay behind me. So when I'm on this podcast, or I'm on Instagram, or I'm on my Facebook lives, they're at the background and everyone can see them. So I'm like so obsessed with this. And I didn't really know much about environmental design until I listened to the Mind of George podcast, but I'm so one for this. I really, really believe that that's what we should do, is surround ourselves with all those things. Number 28, take care of your physical health, exercise, eat well, and get enough sleep. Amen. All these things are incredibly important. It's sometimes really hard. I know as somebody that struggles with weight, it is hard to get there. And even this whole walking thing that I'm trying to do, I think little steps, equal big impact. Take it one day at a time if you feel like that's something that you struggle with a little. But I do think that it is super important. The exercise and the movement, I think I know I did. Oh my God, I have to exercise an hour. I have to do like 89 jumping jacks. Oh my God. So the walking does so much for me right now. It's an added bonus that it's exercise. It's an added bonus that it's all those things. But the fact that how I feel when I'm going for the walk and my body's moving, I am like energized. And I love that I do it first thing in the morning. It's energizing. And the ideas that I have is just like mind blowing. Like it's just such a mind clearer, so to speak. Number 29, find the joy in the process. Enjoy the journey as much as the destination. So when I was, this is so funny because when I was coming up with the name for my program, I landed on 90-day transformation, but the name for my program originally, very, very first before I built it, was The Joy is in the Journey. So funny that it says that. And I still love that. I just don't know what I would ever do with it, but I love The Joy is in the Journey. It's so funny, but that's awesome. I love that. Yes. You have to love the process. I mean, think about it. This whole program and this whole like philosophy behind like me telling you to create your happy life through your own eyes, through your goals, dreams, and aspirations. God, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun to get there. Like, yeah, there are going to be those hard times, but like, look at what you're doing. Like when you really think about it, it's like you signed up to get to a place where you can have a happy life through your own eyes, through your own goals, through your own dreams and your own aspirations. Like that is mind blowing, like beyond mind blowing. And it should be a joy in the journey and like a look back to like, where was I? Look at how far I've come, even if it's the littlest of things. The most important thing is to stick with it. Life is going to get in the way, but you need to put you first, and you need to because when you put you first, you're putting everyone around you first too, because when you're good, your buckets are filled, you can fill everybody's bucket, and everybody around you is going to benefit from your happiness, from your joy. So Yeah, I love that. Number 30, get organized, break down your goals into actionable steps, and create a plan. ChatGPT kind of talked about this in the beginning, but it goes on with the goal mapping process. That's a huge part of the program in the very beginning is once we're clear on what your goals are, once we're clear on where you want your life to go, then we start goal mapping and we like map everything out and we put a plan in place for the 90 days. So yeah, I'm all for that. Number 31, embrace the power of positive affirmations, repeat empowering statements to boost your confidence. Guys, we've talked about this. ChatGPT is just saying things in different ways, but we totally. Number 32, I am like super excited about this. Create a vision board. Visualize your goals by creating a collage of inspirational images. I just had a piece of chocolate. That's how excited I got that I shouldn't have put in my mouth. When you're done with this podcast, please go back and listen to episode 8. I have really broke down the power of visualization, manifestation, affirmations, and vision boards. I feel so passionately about vision boards that I have created a vision board service. And I think I just talked about this earlier. I'm not even sure now. I've gone on a rant. My dog was breathing weird. I left for 10 minutes, but she's okay, by the way. But I really believe in vision boards. I think that they're so important. And I have some crazy vision board stories in the last episode. Please take a listen. And I want you to definitely reach out to me on Instagram. I want to know all the things. I want to know your vision board stories. Number 33, practice time management, prioritize your tasks, and eliminate distractions. I love this because, and my business coach had taught this. She called it the perfect calendar. I had then talked about time blocking. I've been time blocking for way before I had a business coach, like way before. I've been time blocking for like 20 years, but I have time blocked for tasks, but I've never time blocked for like protected time. But I think that that's important too. My client, I don't want to say her name because I don't want to embarrass her, but one of my clients has coined this the phrase coffee and calendar. I like to do it at night and like plan the day. So when I get up, it's like I already have my day planned. It worked for her to do it in the morning. So she would have her coffee in her quiet time and she would do her coffee and calendar and she would basically lay out her day, time block while she was having her coffee. I love the phrase. It's hers, but I need to give her credit. Okay. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Mistakes are stepping stones for success. They're not a stepping stone for sex. Oh, Jennifer, they're a stepping stone for success. ChatGPT, you said this 3 times, so I think we should listen. Okay. Seek feedback. Constructive criticism helps you refine your approach. I just did this recently. I mentioned about my Facebook group, and I think because it's a smaller group of women and it's more people that want to be in the group and not like the Instagram like universe putting things out there and you don't know if people will ever comment or even, really give you the feedback. And I was doing these lives. And I digress a lot of times and sometimes I ramble, but I did get some feedback of somebody that really was like, I want to watch your videos and I'm doing it quickly. I wish they were a little quicker. And to the first it hurt, but I was like, no, I could see that. People are short on time. I'm teaching something. I should get more to the point. I like to put in a little life things and like talk about my dogs and talk about other things because I want to form relationships with my audience and I want to form friendships with my audience. So I kind of give a little bit about me and I'm not as protected and private and I'm not as, this is the course I'm teaching and that's it. I'm live on Facebook, hoping people get on, start asking me questions, can have conversations. But I appreciated the feedback. It wasn't in ill intent. It was like true I've asked for the constructive criticism. I asked what people wanted to see more of, what they didn't like, what they do like. So yeah, I think constructive criticism is great. And I also think when you're building a business to ask your audience, ask your clients, like what would they like to see only helps you get better. Number 36, maintain a healthy work-life balance. Ensure you have time for relaxation and hobbies. So very funny. Not funny, but I really focused on at one point in my life, my career. And that was like my goal and my only goal. And the rest of my life went to shit, right? So I realized that like, wow, that's not how you get your happy life. Like, it's great that I have achieved this goal and I'm now a director of a department, have 12 people working for me. This was not the company I work in now, but the company I work in before. And I was like, yeah, but I'm unhappy. Like I achieved all my goals, but I'm super unhappy. That's when I kind of realized that you needed these life pillars and I created those life pillars. So where I got to this one is one of the life pillars, and believe it or not, you need to have it as a pillar because it's so important, is fun. And unfortunately, we have to remind ourselves to have fun. We have to remind ourselves to give ourselves a break. We have to remind ourselves that it's okay to take time off, and fun is important, and it should be a goal that you should have in your life. How are you going to bring fun to your life? However, whatever that means for you. But some people, it's going on a vacation every quarter. So that's in their 90-day goals. I have a client that is literally like, I find fun as vacation. I work this hard so I can go on vacation. So what we said was, okay, we're breaking down all goals till 90 days, but you want to go on vacation many times a year. So if we're doing 90-day goals, let's goal for a vacation every 90 days. We came up with plans on how to save and like all this other stuff, but that's how we got to her goal. And yeah, she's going on our second vacation. So more power to her. Number 37, practice mindfulness, stay present and fully engage the task on hand. I think that's in this day and age where our phones are like glued to us. For example, have a very large family, a very large extended family, and we have a lot of group texts. There's a million family group texts that I'm on. I have my immediate family called Fam Chat. Then I have like cousins text on one side. Then I have my immediate cousins, and we're on a cousin text on the other. And then we have one with the aunts, and the aunts are in that text. We have like a million texts. And at work, I don't know, everybody texts during the day. It's like insane, but I have to shut off and silence all those texts because I found I wasn't getting any work done. I was like living on my phone answering my family. It's okay to like have this allotted time where you say, I'm going to shut off the outside world so I can get things done. And then you'll find out that you're more efficient. You get them done faster and you have time for other things. So yeah. Number 38, celebrate progress, not just results. Acknowledge the effort you put in, regardless of the outcome. So I think this goes with celebrating small wins. So I think ChatGPT is extending this a little, like it's really not 50 habits. That's that one. Okay, number 39, break tasks into small imaginable chunks. Progress feels more attainable this way. Kind of thing we already talked about that. Number 40, stay optimistic, believe in yourself and the ability to achieve your goals. Hell yes, we need to believe in ourselves. We need to know that we are capable of everything and anything. And sometimes it feels very unattainable. Sometimes we feel like we don't deserve it. It is our birthright to get everything that we dream and desire. And I really think that you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. Means everything. Because yes, if you put your mind to it, work hard, yes. But if you also visualize, put it out in the universe, it's also putting your mind to it. So such an important, habit. I love that. Number 41, embrace collaborations. Team up with others to achieve common goals. I think that we talked about that in community. Number 42, learn from failure, analyze what went wrong, and use it as stepping stones to success. They really feel strongly about that because they repeated this one 4 times. Number 43, embrace the power of yet. If you haven't achieved your goals yet, keep pushing forward. I don't like the word yet. I disagree with ChatGPT on this one. I think you're going to achieve them. I don't like the word yet. Like you haven't, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not with it. I don't know. I don't feel that one. What do you guys think? I want to know what you think. But embrace the power. I'm going to say it again. Embrace the power of yet. You haven't achieved your goals yet. Keep pushing forward. I agree with keep pushing forward. I don't know. It has this like negative connotation to me. I don't know. I'm not loving it. Number 44, engage in positive self-talk. Encourage and uplift yourself during challenging times. Okay. I have the perfect thing for this. I agree with this 100%. I just will word it differently. And I kind of think that it should have been number 1. And I am going to look this up right now. Episode number 3, I gave a complete tutorial. It was like a teaching episode. I don't even know if teaching podcasts exist, but I did a tutorial style podcast. How to create your happy life mission statement, AKA your why. To me, when there are challenging times, when you feel down on yourself, when you're on your journey of goal achieving, like I keep saying, it is not a path straight from A to B. It is ups and downs. It is ebbs and flows, trials and tribulations. It is all those things. What keeps you going is one thing, your why. And you want to ask yourself, and this is the most important part of the entire program. And it's why I gave a complete free lesson on it in my podcast. And I am actually thinking of making this a free downloadable, but it is incredibly important to understand your why. So you put your goal pen to paper. You say your goal is X. I'm going to ask you, why do you want to achieve that goal? And you're going to give me a surface level answer. It's really why you want to achieve it, but it's surface level. Then I'm going to ask you why you want that surface level thing. You're going to go deeper and give me another why. Then I'm going to ask you why. And then we're going to keep going and we're going to keep going until we peel back all the onions, all the layers, and we get to your heart of hearts of why you want to achieve X. And that reason should bring you to tears and should bring you. And someone told me this when I had posted this. It's like, I think she said, she followed on Instagram said, your why should make you cry. I can't coin that phrase. It wasn't me, but it's true. Cause I always say it should bring you to tears. It should actually, when you heartfelt think about it of why you want to accomplish X, when you really get down deep, and you don't even know what your why is. Like when you start asking yourself these questions and you do this exercise, get into your actual why. And you're like, holy shit, that's really my why. Like, damn, it's kind of a little eye-opening. And I feel like it's the most important thing. And it's going to be your cheerleader. It's going to be your North Star. It's going to be your map. It's going to be your way to get to where you want to go, is your heartfelt, deep down inside why. And that's why I called it the Happy Life Mission Statement, because I'm all about creating your happy life. So it's like this mission statement. It's like we string all of your whys together and we create this mission statement. And that's like kind of like your thing. And it's your reason why you're doing all the things you're doing. Number 46, embrace diversity. Seek out perspectives different from your own to broaden your thinking. I love this. I so love this. It's funny because my business coach, so I'm 45 years old. I don't know how old Julia is, but she's in her early 20s. I don't know. I could be making that up, Julia. I'm sorry if I'm screwing that up, but I know she's in her 20s regardless. This girl is such like a wealth of knowledge and what I've learned from her, and I wouldn't be here doing this podcast if it wasn't for her and her mentorship and her coaching. And it's funny because someone said to me just recently, they had reached out to me, and it's somebody I know. They've reached out to me on Instagram, and she was like, and I appreciated her, she actually called me, and I appreciated her call and what she was trying to convey. And I like really gave it a lot of thought, but she was like, oh my God, your reels are so good. You should do reels. And it's funny because I don't think my reels are good at all. So she's like, that's where your money is. And she's like, I wouldn't hire you as a life coach because I feel like I've had so many more things happen to me. Meanwhile, no one knows your life story. Like no one knows what has happened to you in your life. And I have so much more life experience. She's not that much older than me. She's in her late 40s, I think. I have so much more life experience. And that might be true, but my life experience is around why goals picked me up out of my lowest of low, and achieving goals and setting goals and celebrating the small wins and all those things that I talk about, why they got me off my brother's couch that I lived on out of a garbage bag. All those crazy things that people don't know. But it was funny because it's a perception, and that's fine. To each its own. And I didn't take ill will towards it at all. I actually loved her for reaching out and just saying she was complimenting me on something. And everybody has their own opinion. That's fine. I'm not for you right now, and that's okay. I truly believe that, this whole idea of embrace diversity and seeking out different things. I could have looked at my coach and said, you're only 20 something years old. I'm 45. You're not going to give me what I need because I have more life experience than you. I don't agree with that. I have learned things from my grandmother was at the time in her 80s, right? When she was alive. And I have learned things from my niece, Ava, who has overcome so many things. And Ava's 16 now. And I'm 45. So there's a big age difference. But I have learned so much from that little girl than I have from maybe somebody that is my own age. So I feel like diversity in opinions can mean what a person's ethnicity is, but it also can be a bunch of different things. It's like different from you. It's like a person that is different from you. And that in this example is age, right? So I don't know, just interesting how I do feel like diversity is important, and to get those other perspectives. And it's like things you wouldn't think of. And it just helps you broaden your whole life. I think. Number 47, give back to others. Helping others brings fulfillment and purpose. So another life pillar that is in my program is community. And I had put this in here because I think that is incredibly important to give back. And community can be so many things. Originally, when I called it community for so many reasons, but community can mean so many things, but one of the things that it really means to me is giving back to a community, whether it's like your community around you, like your neighborhood, or it's giving back to a community of people, or it's given to a charity. And it's like, how can you give to your community, whatever your community means to you, but it's really giving back. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money. Like, how are you giving back to the world? Number 48, embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. I love this. And I think that it's so true. I feel like the most uncomfortable times that I've had in my life, especially in my career, that's where I like really see it the most, like speaking in front of a lot of people. I don't like to talk in front of a lot of people. And I know a big thing for me is to expand my coaching. I want to do in-person events. I'm thinking of doing an in-person event in Staten Island, just at my house, like 10 women, and teach goals. I think foundational work. And I'm trying to see what that looks like. But I already immediately had anxiety. Now I work in the fashion industry. I work for an intimates company. I can talk about bras and panties in front of 100 people. And I've been on Zoom calls with 200 and something people presenting. I've been in person presenting to 100 people. And yes, it's nerve-wracking. And I've been so uncomfortable that I got comfortable with it, so to speak. And I never thought I would. I could talk about that to the cows come home. The fact of having 10 women in my house, I'm so good one-on-one, but having 10 women in my house to give them a class freaks me out. And it's my home, it's my comfort zone, but it freaks me out. But I want to do it because I'm uncomfortable. So, because I feel like that's where success comes from. So, just saying it out loud. Number 49, trust the process. Have faith that your efforts will lead to your desired outcomes. Yes. I say this all the time, especially to my clients, trust the process. I've had some that did not trust the process and immediately just excuse after excuse and just didn't stick with it. And that's okay. Maybe it's just not the right time right now, but you have to trust the process. You have to trust it. You have to just put in the work. It's okay if it's little by little work. It's okay if you can't go balls to the wall. It's okay, but just trust the process for sure. Number 50, and this is the last one on this ChatGPT lookup. Keep dreaming, set new goals, and keep pushing yourself to reach new heights. I love this. There's a reason why I no longer believe in New Year's resolutions. I think that they're like just bullshit. And I was the biggest New Year's resolution person. I would be like, I'm going to change my whole life and lay these things out. January 15th, I'd be like, fell to shit. And then it'd be over. I think why everything I do is in 90-day increments and why my goal planner is only 90 days, because life changes. Your goals might change and it's okay to pivot. It's important to pivot when you feel like it's the right thing to do. But I definitely believe in keep on dreaming, keep on affirming, and I promise you will get there. I will love to be a part of your journey. I would love for you to reach out to me. There are so many ways that we can work together, whether it's through actual coaching, one-on-one coaching, whether it's in my free community, whether it's listening to these podcasts or just following me on Instagram. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please reach out. My Instagram and email are below in the show notes. I would love to hear from you, what you would want to hear more of, or if just you simply need some help and want to ask some questions, I would love to tackle them for you. Remember to celebrate the small wins. Little things equal big impact. Lead with gratitude and remember to give yourself grace. Have an amazing week.